So 5 sheets of paper to make this beautiful modular cherry blossom. Another thing is really handy. It's not necessary, but I want to use a little glue because it kind of helps to secure the pieces down a little bit better. You don't have to, but I think it just works out a lot better having a little glue. And that's all you need. So you'll need 5 squares. And I'm going to use, this is the 3-inch, 5 pieces, 3 inches. I think it's really pretty. It's just this type of paper that it's just that nice. They call this like a harmony or something like that. But I'm going to show you how to make, here's one that's the 8 1/4, and these are 4-inch. So really they're stackable. You can make them large and then go smaller and smaller, and you can have like these nice stackable blossoms. So I'm going to do this with 5 pieces of paper, 6 inches square. Now, what we want to do is in this one, because I don't want blue, I want to have pink on my blossoms. I'm going to fold it knowing that I want my pink to be hopefully showing, and it doesn't matter. But whatever you have, you want to start with the color side facing on the table. And we're going to fold all of these exactly the same way. So what you're going to do is you're going to fold it in half. And then we'll open it up. No, actually, we don't open it up. Oh, no, I just remember. I just had a moment. Yes, we will cupboard fold to the center. So you open it up and you cupboard fold it to the center. I'm hoping I don't forget the sequence here. It happens. And I'm going to cupboard fold the second one to the center line that I just made. So I've got a little cupboard fold here. And now I'm going to take the right side and I'm just going to fold. This edge is going to go, I'm folding it up to that top edge and give it a really good crease when you do that. Unfold it and then fold this edge just basically in the opposite direction. You're going to fold the same edge in the opposite directions. So you're going to get a crisscross valley folds on one side. Now what you're going to do is, you want to unfold it. So here we've got all these creases here. What you're going to do is you're going to turn it over and you're going to take this crease, this right here, this mountain crease, that's going to be reversed, and also this crease will be reversed. And you'll see how I'll do that. I'm going to I'm going to hold it together and I'm just going to pinch these, pushing this in, and I'm pinching this fold, and that's actually going to just basically collapse. And I had to basically collapsing this to where it looks like this. So I just reversed this. So basically I reversed this fold and then I'm collapsing it down. That's probably the trickiest part of this whole thing. So now what I'm going to do is I have this little fold here. I'm not creating a new fold. I'm just going to reverse, just fold it on the opposite direction and just have it make a point here. And I'm going to take this, it's going to take me a minute to get the flow of this because it's been a few seconds. So I'm going to unfold that. Sorry. I'm going to just turn everything over and you see there's a fold right here. There's like a mountain fold right there. I'm going to just fold it back on that fold. I'm not creating a new one. I'm just reversing that. So just kind of like that. And now I'm going to turn it over. And I have this, should look like this. And now I'm going to put this point back on itself like that. And then I'm going to turn it a little bit, and I want these corners here to go fold right into that center crease on both sides. And there'll be 2 layers or 3 layers of paper on this side, but I'm going to go ahead and fold that. Okay, so, and then what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to fold everything on, just fold this bottom flap up. It's not a new crease, it's just the same crease. And what we have is, you'll see this fold, this diagonal fold. We're going to create this, we're not creating a new fold, we're just folding it on the fold that's already there. We're just reinforcing it. And then what I want to do is unfold that. I'm going to fold the bottom edge to line up with that crease, the same crease. So it's just basically like this. And now
Karen, can you go back one little step?
Sure.
When you fold it to that shape, which end is which?
So this shape here, like this, okay, so we have the long edge, it's a folded edge. There's a raw edge, kind of an open edge. So this right side, it already had a crease. It has a diagonal crease, and I think you
Oh,
can see it
yes.
right
Got it.
here. That's
Okay.
the first, you can fold this. There's actually two ways to do this. There's really a couple of ways. You can fold it straight up like that, just to get where you get that crease. And then you're going to fold this point inward and then just fold it back up. And that's only just because this is the part that's going to be tucked into each, this is the tab. So we've got our, and if we open it up, we've got a petal. So this is what my petal will look like, my one petal. You can see so we're gonna make 5 of these, 5 petals. So it looks just like this. And this is just the part I'm gonna insert into the next piece to hold it together. So it's really basically a tab. So let me do it again, and we'll do it 5 times together. And then Barbara, that you can, now you'll see the process from beginning to end. So I'm just going to sit this to the side, and I'm going to fold exactly the same way. So because I want my pink tips, I'm going to remember that I want my pink tips to be the long way. So folding it with my paper or my pattern or colored side down, I'm going to fold it in half. And then I'm going to open it up and covered fold to the line or the crease that I just made on both sides. So it's like cupboard doors. I'm just taking fold these right to the crease that you just made. And now I'm going to create crisscross creases, valley creases diagonally and on this side in both directions. So what I'm going to do is take this end and I'm folding it up to that top edge until that corner is nice and sharp. Then I'll give it a crease. I'm going to open that up. I'm going to fold this top edge down, or this edge down here. So basically, as you can see, and it just lays right on top. And I just want the diagonal creases on that side. So now I have this. You'll see two creases here. Now let's open everything up. I think that's what I was doing. Yeah. Okay. So now we're going to take the fold that's right here. There's this mountain fold, and this is a valley fold, but we're going to reverse these folds. And the way I do that is I just kind of take my fingers and I hold it at the top, and I'm just going to push it in to create, and I'm not making any new creases. I'm just pushing it in on itself. And what it's doing is I'm able to just collapse that into this reverse fold. So that point just went tucked in, and now this is where you're at. So next is to take your paper, turn it over so that you see this mountain crease, and we're just going to fold it back on itself. Not a new fold, but just reinforcing and reversing the fold that was there. Now I'm just going to turn it over, and I need to take this one that's already has a crease. I'm just going to reverse this crease and make this little fold here, and then these two need to be folded into this center crease as well. So this end and this one. There's 2 layers on this side. Just go ahead and fold those to meet that center, and make sure that this is a very sharp point, because that's going to be your petal tip. So that's important to have it like that. So this is how it should look. Now you're not making any new creases. You're just going to fold the bottom layer. You're folding this bottom edge to the top that's already there. And now let's just do this, and maybe this will be easier. You see the diagonal crease? There's only one diagonal crease right here. I'm just going to fold it up on its, not creating a new crease, just reinforcing that crease, and I'm giving it a nice creasing it. And now I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to fold the bottom edge to meet this corner here. Line right up to that, and just kind of give that a nice sharp crease, and then you just fold it back up. And that's just basically giving you the tab. Now open, then you take your finger, your thumb, and you just kind of open your petal up. And we have 1 and 2. So these will be the same. You've got the tabs, and then these little holes that you can notice, if you look at your petal, you'll see a pocket on this side. So that's where we're going to put these little corner pieces are going to go into these little pockets. So let's make, we're going to make some more. So now we're going to take our glue. It's good to have your glue if you have it. If you don't, you know, it just makes it not, it's not as easy to keep it together. So if you hold all your little petals in in the same positions, you have your tabs facing out, and you have your pockets are right here. All of them have a little pocket. And some papers, you know, this is it's hard to see, but the little pockets are right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our papers, and we're going to take this tab, and we're going to insert it into the pocket like this. Now, I always like to put a little glue because then they won't slide around and flop out. So I'm going to take out, and that's why I like doing this. I'm putting a little glue on this side of it and on this side. It doesn't have to be a lot, but it's just something to kind of secure it once you slide that in, and slide it in as far as it will go. Oops, I got a little glue on there. There you go. That's okay. And now I'm just going to hold it for a second because I want it to sit. I want the glue to set. Now I've got my first two petals are put in, and I'm going to take this other. It's probably good if you've got glue is to just kind of open up the pocket in the third one, just in the next one, so you kind of know where you're going to guide this piece. And I'm putting the glue on this side just to kind of hold that together, but it's not necessary. But I'm just finding after making several, I thought this just seems to be the better way. So I'm going to slide this into the pocket. Slide as far as it will go, and there's a little give. You see there's like a little room, and that's good because you need some room. And I'm just kind of making sure that's secure. And I'll do the same on this. I'll go ahead and put some glue on this side, a little bit just to hold that in, and right here. Not too close to the top because it just oozes up, and then you get glue everywhere. So I'm going to slide that in. You can see I'm just kind of going there like that, and then just slide. Some papers will be more slippery than others, which is good on these modulars. So, and if it's more of a rougher paper or has a texture, it might be a little harder to slide in. So, but that's, you know, you can do it. We're going to get this one. And I'll put just a little glue there. And this is my pocket right there. And I didn't open it up ahead of time, but I'll try to get that. There it is. I'll give it a little opening so I don't get glue all over the place. And like that. And then the last one, you just have to do the very last one goes into that last pocket. And sometimes it's a little harder to get it in, but it looks like it will be okay today. So depends on the paper. So I'm going to go ahead and just put a little glue on this. And I'm just going to put it on the top, or I'm not doing it on the bottom. And I'm just going to take that and find that little pocket. Okay, come on, get there, get in there. Okay, so I'm sliding. Now, once I found that, I can just slide that in and then give it a nice push so that I've got my glue will set. So there it is, the gorgeous cherry blossom flower tray. This is more like a bowl, but the smaller flowers, of course, are going to look more gorgeous. So that's how it will look on this side. And then this is how it looks on this side. Now, if you like it like this, I kind of like this one this way. I think it's really pretty. Well, if I wanted to, I could bend this little, I think this is pretty, but I'm going to show you a way, if I can grab it, to get like the little petals to kind of go backwards. I'm going to take, if you want to do this, you would take a pen or maybe a bamboo skewer or something and just round, it's kind of like rounding the paper, kind of, and you've got to hold it a little bit and just round that. And I'm getting this rounded edge if I wanted to. I think a skewer might work better, but I'm going to just change it up a little because I want you to see that you can do these different options. Now, if you like the notches, like these little cuts, which I think they look more like cherry blossoms when we do that. So here's how I did it. This is it's kind of a strange move, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to show you. I'm just taking each of these little I'm going to just cut the corners off on all of these little petals. Just cut them off at a small angle. I know it's a lot of work. Hoping that it doesn't ruin it, but it actually makes it really pretty. I'm just nipping off the little tips on all 5 of those tips. And then what happens is you'll notice some of the papers want to slide out. So what I do the little, just kind of wants to slide out. So I'm going to put a little glue just to secure that so that it won't slide out. And it's only a little dab. It's all you need. And then it will stay, the little tip will stay nice. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. It's just want to give it a little, just so it won't slide, tiny touch of glue right in there, and then close it back and it doesn't go anywhere. This one here, see how they kind of slide? Little pieces sort of want to fly out. So I'm just going to secure that. You could do this beforehand while you're in the folding sequence if you know you're going to cut these little tips, if you choose to cut them. But I think it does look more like the sakura, like the sakura cherry blossom. Just a little glue, and then I just kind of get them back in the same place, and then that's it. And this one still hasn't been done. See, it wants to come out. You can see that. So I'll just open that up, put a little glue right there, and there it is. And just kind of hold it together, and there is our gorgeous cherry blossom. And then, you know, what's nice is that when you do different sizes, you get these really, you can just stack them, and you've got like a little layered thing happening. I think that's so pretty. I just love these. So there you go. That's it. So I'm going to just stop the recording so I can see what everybody's got going on. Let's see.